All right, welcome to another live demonstration of the middle split 3000 machine, which you must purchase. The link is in the description. Each unit sells for about $1,000. It's peanuts, really. All proceeds are going to charity. If you haven't got one of these, man, you're not living, basically. I don't know what you're doing with your life. You have to get one of these. Like I said, the link is in the description. And probably in the first week, you're going to increase your squat by 50% minimum. If you don't, money back not guaranteed. By second week, you should probably be squatting world record numbers. All you got to do is spend 1 minute in this machine and let the machine do its magic. Like I said, the link is not in the description, and you will not get any stronger doing this. So why am I doing this? The realization is, as I adjust this cap because I'm so cool as that ever, the realization is that if you want to squat like Klokov, like Lou, like some of these guys that I always talk about, and you don't have 5mm femurs, you will have to do everything and anything under the sun to accomplish that. Some people are built to squat. Some people can squat without even training perfectly upright. If you're one of those people, you probably have struggles in other departments like the deadlift. For people that have really short legs, short femurs, and really long torsos, these people struggle with the deadlift. So don't start crying if you are not built to squat, because if you are really, really not built to squat, you are probably really, really built to deadlift. So don't just give up. Everyone comes in different shapes and sizes, and you can always do something. Now, if you are like me and you got these long ass giraffe-like legs, you're gonna have to spend a lot of time on mobility if you want to squat like Klokov. If you notice, Klokov is also not the most well-built person to squat. He's not built like the Asians, but his mobility is incredible. You can simply do a Google search, a YouTube search, and you will see this guy basically resemble a gymnast. Incredible flexibility. He can, like, I don't even know, every which way his hip can go. Now, for the last probably year and a half, I have steadily decreased in my mobility. Why that is, I'm not sure. But I do know for a fact that when I first started this journey, mobility was a bigger concern in my mind than what it is now. So logic would serve that if you want to squat more upright and squat with a better form, you're going to have to release these hips. And I think one of the biggest contributors to the squat are these muscles, the adductors. They are essentially unsung heroes. They are very large, and they basically have involvement in many things that we do, whether it's deadlifting, squatting, lunging. They are an incredible muscle. And I think after all this time of battling with my hip pain, the original cause for that was always the right adductor. I don't know the mechanism, but palpation over a certain part of the adductors, probably the most severe has been like at the proximal, like at the origin of one of these adductors. I'm not sure which one. I never got tested, but at the worst time of my hip pain, palpation over this tendon, I would say, caused the most amount of grief. So now that I'm stretching like a madman, I feel like a ballerina, and I feel excellent, pain-free. And when I feel like that, guess what happens? I feel stronger. There's nothing like pain to make you feel weak, man. Because number one, you don't have the confidence to go in with aggression into these lifts. and you are always kind of going in measuring each part. And as you know, if you want to go, for a PR, you can't be second guessing certain body parts. You got to be able to just be like, okay, I know that muscle is going to hold strong. Let's just lift. And for a long, long time, I would spend a certain period of time pushing high volume in the squat, and then seemingly always I would come back to the same point, which is, here we go again, I've got some hip pain. So I've been battling with these cycles for many, many months, many years now, during the squat everyday period. And I always thought, I need to find an exercise which is going to address whatever the squats are doing. So I started doing a lot of pulling. I started doing every which way. You guys have been part of the journey. I've been accused of just rotating exercises for clickbait because I don't know what to talk about anymore. So let's just freaking rotate these exercises on random, completely arbitrary thought processes, just so I can continue this journey. That could not be further from the truth, because I've always been on this journey to find the solution, and the journey has been an educational one for me, and I've taken you guys along with it. I never started off the journey saying I'm an expert in the squat. I never did that. I always said, come along if you want to come along, and I'll discover this, and one day I'm going to work this shit out. And I feel like I've finally found, here comes a bold statement again, I've made many of these. I feel like I've found the ultimate partner to the squat, and it's this thing here. Not this machine, freaking Adductor Stretch 3000, you got to buy this shit. You don't have to do anything, man. I'm never going to sell you guys anything like this. When I get excited about something, like yesterday I showed you guys, I'm very excited about this machine, but I've been excited about many different things. I've been excited about calf raises, I've been excited about lunges, I've been excited about pin squats, I've been excited about the pig squat routine, I've been excited about hamstring curls, back raises, 45 hypers. I've been excited about a million different things. This is, however, different. This is for the first time I can do this literally 24/7. This is not an exercise. This is not a strength-oriented exercise. This is just simply mobility. And I'd lie to you if I said that I'm not confident in this. This is making me feel amazing. And I feel, right now I'm really, really sore from what I did a few days ago with the squat, but I feel like my mobility is already improving simply because I'm doing something here. This is not just an adductor stretch. I feel like there's a hip flexor involvement, because like I said yesterday, when I stand up and walk away from here, I feel like an effortless gait. I feel like my hips are open. And when my hips are open, I know I can squat with strength, and I can push upwards. A lot of times when I'm squatting, man, I feel like if I engage all of my muscles in the squat, I will just go this way. Like because if I just push, I'll go backwards. So what I need to do is I need to push forwards, so then I end up somewhere going this way. Because if I just push, like I'm in a hack squat machine or a leg press, I'll just fall backwards. But the squat has a balancing aspect to it. You can't just push. You need to push against gravity. And so mobility has kind of been this like simmering thing underneath me, which I never really got excited about. And I was basically in denial for a long time. But let's be real here. If you want to squat like some of these guys that I look up to, Olympic weightlifters, you need to be an elite mobility athlete. You need to do that. Unless you have a femur that's like half of your freaking tibia. If you're built to squat, then you don't need to worry about any of this. Your issues are going to be related to, how do I get stronger in my posterior chain so I can deadlift some weight? But if you've got long femurs like me and you can deadlift 265 and squat 210 or 212, that's a big discrepancy. That means the legs are the problem. The verticality is the problem. The bending over bit is easy for me because my torso is short, my lungs are long, and so when I bend over, it's not a huge distance from the fulcrum to the end of the lever. Kind of like in the opposite way for somebody that's squatting, their fulcrum, this thing is so small that they can easily stay upright. But when they bend over, their long torso is like way over here, and it screws them up. So, get elite mobility. And the most exciting thing about mobility is that you don't need no freaking human growth hormone. You don't need insulin. You don't need Anavar. You don't need what all these other things I've ever heard. Tren, testosterone. You don't need to push 500 of tests a week to get mobility. You don't need to do anything. There are ladies that I work with that can do splits. Okay? They have zero testosterone. Zero. And yet they've spent time, they go to yoga, they go to Bikram yoga, they go to this yoga, they do all sorts of things, they're mobile. And you ask them to squat, perfect upright. Some of them have really long legs. The legs are like freaking, the knees are like at their head when they squat. So it's frustrating to think that after all this time, I was beating around the bush, trying to find the ultimate cure, a strength exercise which is going to balance me out. But all along, all of those weeks that I put in with heavy ass freaking squatting volume, all that was doing is making me more and more muscle bound and less leveraged for the squat. So if you think about it this way, I'll put in a couple of weeks, let's say 3 weeks of hard squatting, 5 by 5, I'm getting after it. I got to 190 for sets of 5. Great. Perfectly. So I'm getting stronger in this time. I'm getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And as I'm getting stronger and stronger, I'm getting less and less mobile. So you have strength going up, mobility going down. And then what you're doing is you're getting stronger, but you're getting less and less in an optimal leverage position. And so your body's working real hard, your muscles are stronger, but the weight on the bar seems to be the same because you're fighting your own self. So mobility is essentially addressing your own leverages. So you do not have to fight yourself. You can just fight the damn gravity, fight the bar, and just stand the hell up. So trick yourself somehow. If you need to buy a piece of machinery like this to make you more inclined to come in and do the damn stretch, buy the damn thing. I know for a fact that, especially when you're a rookie muffin and you're a piece of shit and you can't even touch your toes, you can't do anything, getting started in stretching is shit. Because if I was to sit down without this machine, I'd be like struggling with my hip flexors, fighting to stay upright. I have to get a piece of rope, hold onto the table. No, I don't want that. I want something that's going to make it easier because stretching for me is not fun. This makes it more fun. And I can just sit here, play around, the kids are running around, I'm running around, and I can work my way with the hardest point of mobility. It's that first portion when you're a noob. It's so hard. People hate going to the gym initially. Why? You have a feeling like everyone's watching you. You have a feeling like you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're out of shape. You feel like you're the weakest link in the gym. These are some hard freaking hills to climb. But once you're a pro, when you're lifting 7 damn plates, it's easy because when you load up the damn bar, you got 7 plates on the bar, everyone's going to be like, oh, sucking up to you, like, oh my God, you're so amazing. That's energy going towards you and it's positive. But when you're shit, overweight, weak, now there's a mental battle to get your ass into the gym. So if you make that process a little bit easier, that initial introduction into the gym or introduction into mobility, do it. Everyone's going to be different. If you need to go to Bikram yoga and pay $30 a week, which is very expensive, I think it's even more than that. It's like $30 a damn session in some of these places. Do it for a short period of time. I know it's very expensive and expensive living right now, especially in Australia, is ridiculous. Like people are going homeless. I just heard the other day 6,000 people in South Australia, in my city, in Adelaide, have gone homeless in the last year, I think it was, in the last 8 months. Now, for reference, we have 1 million people in Adelaide. 6,000 have gone homeless. That's a big deal. If you're living in LA or New York, that's probably a small figure. But we are essentially a freaking little village when it comes to you guys. But my point is, okay, don't spend $40 a session in Bikram yoga, but do something to trick yourself so you can do this. I did this at 6 o'clock in the morning. I did this, I spent here 5 minutes, I ended up eating some damn food, I ended up breaking the damn plate because I had it here and whatever. But I got up, walked over here, I'm like, this is fun, man, I can't wait to do this. I would have never done that without this machine. You want me to go lay down on the floor here and roll around like a stuck pig, can't even touch my damn toes? Misery. This, my back is supported, legs are supported, I can put my phone here, chill out, completely relaxed, and I'm stretching. But it's different if I have to it's like an effort to stretch. If you love stretching, you're not gonna find a problem. I don't love stretching. It's like I don't need to get motivated to go squat. That's automatic, and I'm automatic at that. But this shit, I hate it. I can watch Klokov, Rob Van Dam, I can watch Djokovic, I can watch all these freaking Dennis Rodman. I remember back in the day, he was flexible as hell. I can watch all these guys for inspiration. It's not gonna get me to freaking stretch at 6 in the morning before I go to the nursing shift. It just ain't. This, it's working for me. Um, so I started off with the joke of like, you know, the link is at the bottom, buy this machine, blah, 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 blah. Like the Infotel commercials and all this crap that people are always pumping down your throat. I don't know. I don't know why there's a huge market for it, because I think people think it's going to be just an easy fix. You know, you buy this machine, you sit in it, add 3,000 and the thing shakes your flab around. All of a sudden you wake up the following day, you got a six pack. This is not going to be it. But for stretching, I don't think that's too far away from the truth. Literally, sit in here, twist the wheel around. If you don't want to work hard, twist it a little bit. If you really want to punish yourself, crank this thing as hard as you can. Get a really good stretch. You're going to get somewhere, man. I think one of you guys said in yesterday's comments that you've got a friend who got to splits with this like fairly quickly. I don't know how fairly quickly it is, but I think within the year. I mean, that's pretty impressive, man. That is pretty impressive, especially if you are marrying stretching, static stretching, with strengthening exercises, which I'm freaking always smashing the hell out of my adductors, ATG squatting. All of a sudden now you have length and strength roll up into the same thing. And I reckon that's a potent, it's a potent combination. Anyway, I never thought I was gonna start making videos about stretching. But when I mentally connect the dots between squatting and mobility, and there's like a strong correlation there, you get this better, this is gonna get better. Man, that's a really good sell for me. And the fact is that this is easy. Like, I mean, I've got this thing away from now, but like I can go this way, I can relax this way. If I wasn't recording this video, I'd have the phone here, I'll be watching the English Premier League highlights, I'll be watching some video somewhere, I don't know, whatever I watch, talk shows, history, whatever the hell I end up watching. 30 minutes goes by and I'm like, holy shit, 30 minutes have gone by? Damn. I've just spent 30 minutes stretching. This morning I spent 15 minutes stretching. You're telling me I've spent 45 minutes stretching today? And that is amazing, man. If you put 45 minutes every single day of stretching, you're going to get somewhere, man. Even if you half-ass it and you don't push yourself. That's pretty freaking impressive. That's impressive. It's pretty sick, isn't it? Anyway, guys, today, after work, got home, had a quick session. I did some shoulders. So I did lateral raises again, upright rows. I did some squats. I'll show you the video of squatting. Horrible. I'm extremely sore through the glutes and the adductors. It's now 48 hours after that squat session, 100 for 100. Really sore, 48 hours. That's where the worst DOMs are. I spent like 3 minutes squatting today. I try to go like 19-inch box, which is the bench, and just, you know, limit the range of motion. It's still very sore, but anyway, I put the work in. Like I said in yesterday's video, it would usually piss me off that I can't get to work. This makes me feel like I'm getting to work because I've, in my mind, connected this to squatting, and I'm going somewhere. But that's it. Appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.